Next up, we'll go to number 17, Texas Tech, and right next to them at number 16, Utah, an 11 a.m. kick on Saturday, September 20th. Now, this one, if you don't have plans, this one might be fun to watch. A little bit of a shootout, hopefully, if Utah can man up their offense. But Utah's favored in this one, 3.5 points. The over-under is 56.5. Of course, at home for Utah, another big one. Freddie, what do you take away from this one and the new Utes without Cam Rising?
So this one is a tough one because so far both of these teams have started the season 3-0, ranked in the top 20 each, which is awesome to see for Utah and Texas Tech. I was high on the Texas Tech train last year. I was a year early, it seems. However, both of these teams have played just cans of corn. It seems like. I mean, just like both of the. Okay, first off, Utah starts with UCLA in week 1, get a huge win, 43-10, and we're like, oh my god, Utah is back. They're so back. Turns out UCLA is the worst Power 5 program in history. Okay. Then you play Cal Poly, Wyoming, whatever. You look at Texas Tech, same deal. Arkansas Pine Bluff, they won by 60. They won by 50 plus against Kent State. And then they beat so sad Oregon State by 40. So we have yet to see either of these teams play a team of even decent competition or level. So this is going to be a great game. The line on this game at 3.5 is simply because it's at Utah. Because again, Vegas does not have a lot of information to go off of for either of these teams. But with that being said, I'm going to go with Utah here to win at home. I just like what I've seen from their defense so far. Again, I just contradicted myself because they played cans of corn. I mean, there's no stats to back up what I'm saying here besides the fact that Utah historically over the past 10, 15 years has played solid defense. And I think they're going to lean into that in this game. The over-under is at 56.5. Wow. I don't know. I'd probably take the under there, but give me Utah to win at home.
Yeah, no, and I may end up regretting saying this because it's like you said, they haven't played much of nobody yet, and the Big 12 is so chaotic. But this game has some like late 90s Tennessee Florida vibes for me in the sense that like whoever wins this game is going to set themselves up in really good position in the Big 12 title race to go come in second place of the Iowa State Cyclones. Okay, so that's what's on the line in this game, all right? Now for me, I'm leaning a little bit more Texas Tech. I know they haven't really played much of anybody either way, but it's the in and out execution I've seen from Texas Tech's offense on every single drive in these early games. Because even when you're playing against no one, you're playing against air. It's hard to execute at the rate that they're executing. So I kind of like the Red Raiders to go in, get the job done here in Utah. Now, again, I would not be surprised because Freddie, you mentioned it, and it's true. Utah has kind of made a living off of having teams much better than this Texas Tech team come into their stadium, get into an ugly mud fight, get beat around in the trenches, and leave with like 3 black eyes. How do you get 3 black eyes? I don't know, but they give them to you. Okay. So I'm going out on a limb. I'm taking Texas Tech because I'm high on the Red Raiders, but I'm afraid I might end up regretting it long term.
Yeah, I think this is a really fun one because I was really down on who Utah was going to be this season, and they have actually showed up pretty well. Again, like Freddie mentioned, they haven't played a whole lot, but it's just nice to see that they're beating who they're supposed to beat early on in this season. And definitely without Cam Rising, because the last couple of years, we figuring out where Cam Rising was and what he was doing, it seemed like they lost a lot of their identity and who they were for the Utes. They still hung their hat on their defense, but their offense was just non-existent. Couldn't help them. Now this season, Dampier's playing extremely well for him. 7 touchdowns on the year so far in the 3 games that they played, but they just haven't played much. Texas Tech hasn't played a whole lot more either, but Kent State and Oregon State is a little better than UCLA and Cal Poly in my feelings. Definitely the way UCLA has showed up. So I think I'm going to go with the Quinn here. I like what Texas Tech can do. I think their offense is very high flying. They've scored 45 or more in every game this season. And so this is going to be a test of which is better, Texas Tech offense or the Utah defense. And right now, I'm going to take Texas Tech and hang my hat on that because I definitely think if Texas Tech can score at least 3 times, you're really going to put pressure on that Utah offense to have to score points on a Power 4 opponent. So I'm going to take Texas Tech in this one.